Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Mm. Wow, another boiling day out here in Texas. I guess it's going to be another scorcher like yesterday. Got in the car, 110 on the thermostat, and then of course with the humidity, it was even more than that. And today's going to be another boiler. At least that's what they're telling us. Wow. Right now it's not so bad. In fact, I feel a bit of a breeze coming in here, which is a great relief. But later on, it is going to be just a cooker. Anyways, guys, take care out there. If you're outside here in this whole Texas heat and all this heat wave that we're having in Arizona, Texas, and all these various states all around, hey, do what you need to do in the morning, do it in the evening, during the day, get out of it because it is going to be serious. Just saying that. Hope you don't get burnt. Well, guys, the article that I was reading today, boy, I'll tell you, this one was kind of interesting to me and kind of funny in a way, too. So I guess the Mega Millions is, Lotto is just going wild. People are FOMOing into it like crazy. And the reason for that is the jackpot at presently stands at like $1.2 billion. And I guess they've gone through a number of draws. No one has won. So the pot has just increased. Now, what's wild about that is if a person does win, they could take 30-year payments, get 26 or 28 million every year for like 30 years, or they could take a lump sum of 393 million. Now, the thing I kind of find funny and laugh about this is that, folks really poo-poo this crypto digital asset space. Oh, it's gambling, they're just kind of like throwing their money out there. It's like playing craps in Vegas and on and on and on and on they go. When actually what we're investing in is real world utilities that are genuinely being used right here in the real world. But when it comes up to this lotto stuff and all these Mega Millions, boy, they're all putting it out there. Oh, the prize could be thus and such and on and on and on. In fact, the stats show that you're more likely to absolutely get struck by lightning. They are saying in this article that the odds of winning this thing are 1 in like 302 million. So basically, 1 in every person in the United States. I think the population in the United States is like 330 million, maybe some little more than that. I don't know. But needless to say, those were the odds. 1 in 302 million. You know what the odds are to get struck by lightning? 1 in 15,000. I mean, that is significant difference in odds. You're more likely to get struck by a bolt of lightning than you are to win this thing. And yet, they're out there just pumping it like crazy. Because, of course, what is it, guys? It is a way to tax folks, right? It's another form of taxation because a lot of these government lotteries are bringing heaps and heaps of money into the kitty. If they can pay out 1.2 billion, just imagine the billions. This is an absolute cash cow, no doubt about it. And then on top of that, they get to tax the winnings too. So it's just really obscene. And then to turn around and really poo-poo this space. Now, what's really interesting as a statistic is most folks that go out there and see these massive windfalls, in the lottery and stuff like that, within just a few years, they're either back to being where they were before or in a worse condition. In fact, I watched a show one time where it was talking about, people that have won like Mega Millions like this. One particular guy, when he was on there, he was saying he wished he never ever won it. And why is that? Well, guys, when he won it, he went out there, was helping people out, ended up going through a terrible divorce where the wife took, a big chunk. But his granddaughter, and this is the most painful thing. So he was blessing his granddaughter. Well, she got so blessed, she got hooked on a lot of drugs, ended up ODing and dying. And the thing that really boggles my mind is it seems like there's absolutely no, affording of wealth preservation when these guys get in it. Another one I saw where someone had won hundreds of millions of dollars like this. The guy that actually won it, he had all these different people in his life trying to actually do him in, literally have him killed so that they could get a piece of that pie. Insane. But that's the kind of stuff that goes on. And when you see sudden wealth, but you've had no, prior history of, learning how to use money, making money work for you, or even thinking about wealth preservation, it is so vitally important. And it is a huge lesson for us in this space because, guys, a lot of people are going to see wealth come into their hands like I believe they've never seen before. And, people becoming millionaires and decamillionaires, centimillionaires, and maybe even perhaps a few billionaires out of what's going to probably transpire over the next 5 years in this digital asset space. And, of course, the way the global economy is going into this new digital economy. I really, really believe that. Now, having said that, I think there's a lot of people out there going to see some significant money. Two things are probably going to happen. There's going to be folks that are just literally going to FOMO staying in, and they're probably going to ride it all the way up and then end up riding it down and not really seeing that life-changing wealth. That was a lot. I saw a lot of people experience that in the last bull run. Next thing, I think what we're going to see is we're literally going to see people that will get the money, and then once they get it out, what are they going to do? Well, they're going to go buy their jet skis, right? They're going to go on their vacations. They're going to pay off their house for sure, and then this and that, and then their buddies are going to say, I feel so bad because, he's been such a great friend. Yeah, I'm going to buy him a truck, and on and on and on it's going to go, and within, 18 to 24 months, they're going to be probably almost right back to where they started because they haven't thought about wealth preservation going forward, and it is such a vital fundamental thing that you need to get into your plan is how to preserve your wealth. A big question that comes out is, okay, well, after I cash out, what do I do? Put the money, because, hey, you're not going to want to let it sit there. Money should be employed. You got to think of it differently. It's like, it's a tool in your hand to use in order to actually preserve wealth and to see more accumulation down the road. And so a lot of folks are thinking, well, I'll get into rental property, I'll do this, I'll do that. Well, guys, if you're going to do that, you need to start thinking about legal structures. And why is that? Well, when you're out there owning rental property, the big deal is liability, isn't it? Something, this, that, or whatever, and on and on and on. So you have to get those properties into limited liability corps. You need to understand if you're buying more than one that you might need a series, LLC. Or, your family trust. Or if you have a philanthropic thing you want to do, you're going to have to look at charitable trust and how that works. And what's the difference between a living trust and do you want it to be revocable or irrevocable? And on and on and on. It's going to require a lot of planning. Don't wait until you've got it to do that either because, hey, an ounce of prevention, as they say, is worth a pound of cure, isn't it? Because once you've got it and you start utilizing it and this and that, and you think, oh my goodness, if I had it in this legal structure before that, then maybe I would have been able to preserve it and avoid, certain levels of taxing, all kinds of different things out there. And tax planning, yes, tax planning needs to be a big part of your overall plan. Guys, we are not in the lottery. We're investing into the future. We're not out there just gambling it away. No, what we're doing is we're being pioneers and we're looking forward to how the world is going to change and who and what ecosystems will more than likely see the biggest benefit. And I think, guys, those of us in this space are right on track. That is my personal opinion. And this is where we need to be thinking about this stuff way in advance. Now, Judy did a fantastic interview with Jake Claver from Beyond Broke Mastermind. And it was all about that wealth preservation and stuff like that. And guys, I'll put the link to Jake right down in the video here. But you want to watch that one again. You want to watch that video. You want to reach out to a guy like Jake Claver. Start thinking about your wealth preservation because it is going to be a big part of your life down the road if you want to see that generational wealth, because that's how it works, guys. It's precept upon precept, this upon that, and then you start building the infrastructure for an absolute change in your family's history like they have never seen. That's at least what I think. Anyway. Well, guys, like I said, don't get scorched by the heat out there today, and certainly don't let yourself get overcooked by all the narratives that are out there and this and that, and watching, the support and resistance price action and, people biting their nails off when they watch the price of XRP, what is it, 66 cents and stuff like that. Wasn't too long ago, it was 46 cents. I'll tell you what, if we watch XRP drop down, like I've been saying, to that 52 to 58 cent range, right in there where it was like previous resistance, now it's support, boy, I'll tell you, for me, dips are for buying, not for crying, because it's opportunity. I'm looking at the fundamentals down the road, and what I see this ecosystem doing, I think it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. It genuinely has the potential to change lives, in my opinion anyways. Well, guys, I'll tell you what, I sure hope you're having a fantastic Thursday, and until later on today when we have an amazing video for you, have a great one, and take care.